The right to offend is not some pesky little part of freedom of speech that we have to put up with. It is the heart and soul and lungs of freedom of speech. It is the coursing lifeblood of human progress. It is the instigator of liberty and modernity and science and understanding. What a laughing stock today's student leaders are, that they can so casually dismiss the right to be offensive without realizing that their lovely, enlightened lives are the gift of individuals who gave offense. Offensiveness is not just something we have to begrudgingly accept. Offensiveness is the motor of human progress.
Now broadcasting from the Right to Offend Media Studios in sunny South Florida, bringing you the latest in politics, current events, art, and pop culture. This is the Whitfield Report Live with Sam Whitfield.
But giving offense is good. In fact, it's essential.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to tonight's episode of the Whitfield Report, right here on Right to Offend Media. And
live.
Welcome to the show. Joined as always by Mr. Max Sand and the mighty Morthius. And boy, gentlemen, I don't know about you, but I know we did a show last week. But for some reason, it feels like there's been like a 2-week news cycle in just one.
Oh, it feels like just yesterday was an entire news cycle.
Yeah. Because, in some ways, that's kind of what's going on now. We're always getting news. Like, we could almost do... We might not be able to do a daily show, but we could do a show like 3 times a week. And, if we had more monetization, we might. But regardless, there's a lot to cover. And I don't know which...
Chill.
We might get more monetization, but it's not for your foul mouth, Sam.
God fucking damn it.
What do you mean my fucking foul mouth?
Yeah, it's clearly it's 100%. We can't control you. You pop off sometimes. You say wild things. I don't know.
I mean, I do.
Always writing in vulgarity.
Yeah.
I mean, look, man. I can't help myself. Sometimes you just gotta, drop a few f bombs.
Yeah, but some of the stuff, man. I mean, that time you were selling a swastika T-shirt was way over the. Oh wait, that was somebody else. Never mind. I was confused.
Yeah. No, I'm not a gay. I'm not a gay fish.
That's true. That's true.
But why aren't you a gay fish?
Well, because he doesn't like fish sticks.
No, I don't.
Yeah. See, one fish stick straight to Nazi. That's how it works.
Apparently.
So what has happened, Sam? I've lived under a rock for the past however long would be convenient for this segment and segue.
Well, we've had a jam-packed few days. So apparently some Ukrainian beggar went into the White House and was...
Did they tase him?
I mean, somehow this panhandler wound up like in the Oval Office and was like, "Please, Mr. President, sir, give us more money." And Trump was like, "No, sir. You don't get any more money." Whereas
said good day, sir. That's what Trump said, I believe.
Or as Morthius would have said, "No, sir. You don't get any more money, sir.
You get nothing.
Good day. You lose.
Good day, you lose."
So
he gave him the whole ass Willy Wonka speech. Only at the end, there was no secret reveal where you actually do get the money.
Yeah, no,
he's just like, get out. It's the happy ending to Willy Wonka, where Willy Wonka kicks Zelensky out of the factory forever.
I mean, pretty much that was pretty much the thing, and so this was like a long meeting, but here's kind of, for folks who missed it, here's kind of like a short
this
recap.
Is the video's over on Pornhub. It's labeled as two dudes gangbang a midget.
One of my favorite meme titles of this is wealthy American man begs Ukrainian hooker. So
there you go.
Yeah.
This thing over with. You see the hatred he's got for Putin. It's very tough for me to make a deal with that kind of hate. He's got tremendous hatred. And I understand that, but I can tell you the other side isn't exactly in love with, him either. So it's not a question of alignment. I have to align with the world.
The Trump brand of diplomacy it's funny because he's just like, yeah, the other side's like, well, I mean, like, you see this? You don't want to work with that. It's just the way he does it is like, it's such like a direct, not subtle at all shot while being subtle about it.
Well, this is the whole thing of like, this is why people love Trump, because I mean he doesn't do the whole word salad thing.
He doesn't do the whole fucking politician bullshit thing.
Well, Rush Limbaugh, and I know I reference him a lot, but Rush pointed this out years ago. Obama is an eloquent speaker, but he says absolutely nothing.
Well, that's their whole language now, right? Is this cat lady kind of bureaucratic language? I think I've mentioned it on the show before, where I caught the teachers using the same words to mean different things when it was convenient for them.
Yeah.
Yep.
The term that they were using was non-preferred behavior. Now, what would you guys think that means on its face, right? Shit he doesn't like?
Yeah, or acting out.
Yeah.
They like intentionally were trying to conflate him not liking an activity, and also they would say non-preferred behavior for shit they thought he didn't understand. And it's like, right. Well, which does it mean, right? Because we can't really address the root cause.
Well, and also that.
I also want to point out, guys, one of the big things that really bothered me, and I have to make sure I say it on the show, is one of the things the Dems, they didn't cheer for a lot at the State of the Union last night, but one of the things that really irked me, and I haven't heard anybody talk about, is that they booed autism research.
Oh yeah. Oh, that was it. I'm glad that you brought that up, Max, because I actually watched. Hey, Democratic Party. From every person who's ever had an autistic person that they care about, go fuck yourself with booing autism research. Well, they not just
Democratic
that.
Party, like half of your fucking voter base are autists.
They booed childhood cancer research too.
Yeah. Well, their reasoning for that one was he cut it or whatever. They were trying to scream false. But the reasoning for booing autism research is because it was brought up in the context of him saying there's so much more autism now and we're going to try and figure out why. Well, there was no implication as to what that might be. He just said he essentially said we need to research what's causing this, and they booed him. Well, they also how fucking dare you call yourself a politician when it's like he said 1 in 36 children have autism. You're not representing the people by booing autism research. I promise you, even the ones that voted for you, if they stop to think about what you just did, they're going to say, fuck you. I do have a theory about that, but I want to save my theory on that for. I just like that there wasn't enough people talking about them booing autism research for my taste. Oh yeah, no, anyway, on to Zelensky, and we'll talk about the the other one later. I'm sorry I jumped the gun on that, Sam. It just popped in my head that I have to say it on the show tonight or I'm going to be mad at myself. As big supporters of autism research, that we just raised a bunch of money for it, privately, mind you, not begging the government for money for autism research, but we tried to help privately fund a charity that does exactly that thing for exactly that reason is why we were raising money for them. For the Democrats to boo autism research, they should all resign in shame.
Which by the way, I actually have, I'll announce this at the end of the show, but one of the authors in kind of the thriller genre who I've just recently met is actually an autistic man who writes westerns. So
cool.
We'll get.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of autistic adult men. They seem to forget that something happens to autistic children. They grow up and become adults, right? And they are also voters.
Oh,
and
yeah,
they hear things like you booing autism research too, just like everybody else did.
Well, people forget that. People forget that children with cerebral palsy grow up to become adults with cerebral palsy, and people with spina bifida, grow up to become adults.
They always think of autistics as children, though. They'll concede that you guys exist, right? But in their mind, autistic is always a child.
Well, that seems to be the case.
I know several adult autistic men who are quite successful.
Oh yeah, no. The guy I know, Ryan is his name. I'll be on his podcast on Friday. Is a film studies professor at like a local college.
Yeah, autism's not a dirty word around here. I don't know why it is for other people. Remember I told you the story when we were camping of the lady that was talking about levels? And I looked into that, and that's like real now, at least from Autism Speaks, is they're trying to like put them in level categories and stuff. It's so fucking weird, dog.
Yeah.
Anyway, before I get too off on the autism rant, I'm sorry, Sam. Derailing.
No, it's fine.
Yeah, we like autistics on this show. I don't know about the Democratic Party.
We're about to get really autistic and hyper focused on this Zelensky.
That's right. We all got our special interests, and ours is laughing at goofballs like this. Well, at least mine. Yeah. Let's go.
Yeah. So let me roll that back a bit. So yeah.
This thing over with. You see the hatred he's got for Putin. It's very tough for me to make a deal with that kind of hate. He's got tremendous hatred. And I understand that, but I can tell you the other side isn't exactly in love with, him either.
Yeah,
So it's not a question of alignment. I'm aligned with the world. I want to get the thing set. I'm aligned with Europe.
Aligned with peace.
I want to see if we can get this thing done. You want me to be tough? I could be tougher than any human being you've ever seen. I'd be so tough. You're never going to get a deal that way. So that's the way it goes. One more question.
Hey, I want to respond to this. So look, for 4 years in the United States of America, we had a president.
Okay, I love that. Again, I talked about this last week with Vance. I love the fact that like Vance is showing up to everything now. Like,
I have one criticism of Mr. Vice President Vance. Bro, you're relying too much on the McDonald's meals, and it's showing in your face a little bit.
Yeah,
probably try and eat a little better. It's not that bad, but it has since the election. You can tell he's gotten accustomed to eating with Trump, and Trump is a fucking freak of nature, Mr. Vance. And I am also around your age, and I'm telling you, those fucking Big Macs will sneak up on you real quick.
Yeah.
Let Trump eat his Big Mac. If he tells you to have a Big Mac, tell him to go fuck himself, because he probably respects you more if you did that than if you eat the thing like if you pull a Chris Christie and you eat the meatloaf, he probably won't respect that very much. But I feel like JD Vance could get away with like, no, Mr. President, I actually went and have a salad today. And he'd be like, this guy This guy likes salad. Okay.
Or order a small order of chicken nuggets.
Or even like, or even, your wife's Indian. I've had Indian food. It's good, actually, some of it, and pretty healthy.
Yeah, but then he's vice president. He can't be on the toilet all day, Sam.
well, that's true too.
Yeah.
So
it's a happy medium. It's called a fucking salad, or skip a burger here and get like
Dino nuggies.
I mean, you're rich. You get a boneless, skinless chicken, hand delivered. Like they got a chef.
Yeah.
Like Trump just likes to eat Big Macs. Well, let me go talk to the chef. Like, what are you doing, JD? Come on.
Yeah.
He's also got 2 young kids. I'm not gonna. But it definitely, you could tell he's put on a couple pounds, and he carries it in his face more than anything, which is why it's noticeable. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry about the completely unpolitical fucking side tirade there, Sam.
No, you're fine. Listen, this is the type of commentary that you won't find anywhere else. Talking about the president's diet.
Yeah, well, the president's diet is fine because it's proven to work for him. I wouldn't put it like at his age. See, Sam, have I ever told you about my great grandmother? My great grandmother smoked from when she was 8 years old. 8. Do you know why she died at 95 or whatever it was?
Because she stopped.
Because they made her at the fucking nursing home stop smoking, and her lungs immediately filled up and died. Now, does that mean you should smoke? Obviously not. That she's a case that's not normal, typical. However, sometimes the shit works for people. And the old guy who drinks a fucking bottle of Jim Beam every day and smokes 2 packs of Marlboros lives to be 110. Okay,
that was literally my
Trump's that kind of guy, except he doesn't drink or smoke.
That was literally my step. Not to get off on this tangent, but that was literally my step grandfather who served in World War II. He was admittedly, he was a hardcore alcoholic, and he would go through like a bottle of like cognac like a week or so, and he ended up in the hospital, and the reason why he died was essentially not from liver cirrhosis, but basically like alcohol withdrawal.
Yeah, withdrawal, exactly. Yeah, but and withdrawal is what killed my great grandmother too, because that's what her lungs filling up with fluid was. They call it pneumonia, but it was withdrawal. Because that's what happens when you stop smoking. Your lungs try to clean themselves out. So it's a withdrawal thing. But my point being is like Trump's diet, for a guy his age, his diet is his one real weakness. He doesn't have a history of drinking, smoking. Allegedly did some cocaine in the 80s, maybe, but he doesn't. Regardless, he doesn't have an extensive history of abuse of substances and things like that. He has a penchant for fast food, but once you make it into your like 70s and 80s, and you're eating that fast food every fucking day, people should leave you alone, is my personal opinion, and just let you do it.
Oh yeah,
died. Motorhead Lemmy. Went to the hospital to the doctor because he felt funny. The doctor told him you have stage 4 cancer and you're probably going to die in a week. Lemmy said, I'm going to go home. He went and sat in front of his video poker machine, drank whiskey, and smoked Marlboros just like he always did. And that's where they found him, on the floor next to his poker machine with a fucking pack of cigarettes in his pocket and a bottle of whiskey dumping out on the floor. And you know what?
That man is a fucking legend.
He was very old for a man that drank a bottle of fucking whiskey every day. Let me tell you.
Yeah, man died happy. Why not? We should all be so lucky to die happy.
That's right.
Wasn't he like in his mid-70s or something?
He was in his mid-70s, yes.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's like we have this obsession in our culture these days to like police out people's choice behavior that is bad for them simply because we disapprove of it being bad for them and them choosing to do it anyway. Like, everybody knows that you shouldn't smoke. It's not great. So what?
One of my friends who I went to elementary school with, his dad was like a major health nut and lived a very healthy life and was a doctor actually, and took great care of himself, and he died of a heart attack on like a morning run.
Yeah, I had a heart attack, and let me tell you, like, it changes your perspective on things. And one of those things was for me to start making different choices in my life, which I obviously have even since this show's been going on. I've lost 150 pounds. So, but there's this penchant for people to try and police other people's behavior because they just don't like it, right?
Well, right. I'm just saying though that like my
fun
friends,
police, as I like to refer to it. Sometimes I use that joke on my wife. She's not a fan, but it's a behavior I see emanating from a lot of people where it's like somebody's having fun and that means something's going wrong and I must stop it.
Max, I've got to say this because it's kind of funny. You've lost a whole Mort.
Ha! Yeah, I guess. Pretty much.
Yeah.
He's left in pieces on the road, you know.
Yep.
Over the course of like fucking 10,000 miles or something ridiculous like that. It's close to that.
Anyway, though, yeah. So I mean,
yeah. So there you go. The other solution, JD, is to walk. But let Trump eat what he eats. You don't need to do that. It'll kill you. Next thing he said is really important, so you might want to go back a few seconds.
Yeah. Anyway, though, no, I just like the fact that he's like at every meeting now, and also that it pisses people off that the VP is actually like active. What a concept!
It's almost like he has a job.
I'd be tougher than any human being you've ever seen. I'd be so tough. But you're never going to get a deal that way. So that's the way it goes. All right, one more question.
Hey, I want to respond to this. So look, for 4 years in the United States of America, we had a president who stood up at press conferences and talked tough about Vladimir Putin, and then Putin invaded Ukraine and destroyed a significant chunk of the country. The path to peace and the path to prosperity is maybe engaging in diplomacy. We tried the pathway of Joe Biden of thumping our chest and pretending that the president of the United States' words mattered more than the president of the United States' actions. What makes America a good country is America engaging in diplomacy. That's what President Trump is doing.
Can I ask you?
Sure.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So he occupied our parts, big parts of Ukraine, part of East and Crimea. So he occupied it on 2014.
Crimea,
So
Crimea, fucking river.
During a lot of years, so I'm not speaking about just Biden, but those time was Obama, then President Obama, then President Trump, then President Biden, now President Trump, and God bless, now President Trump will stop him. But during 2014, nobody stopped him. He just occupied and took. He killed people. You know what the contact
2015.
2014.
2014 and
2014.
Yeah. So
I was not here.
Yeah, but
that's exactly right.
Yes, but during 2014 till 2022, was the situation the same?
So I do want to point out that this is Obama's famous "I'm going to draw a red line" thing, and then nothing ever fucking happened.
Yeah, I'm going to draw a red penis.
I mean, at that point, that might as well be what Obama did.
Yeah, he's just drawing penises on the map and saying, "I dare you to touch it." And then he starts thinking about Michael, and he gets horny, and he has to leave the meeting.
Yep. People have been dying on the contact line. Nobody stopped him. You know that we had conversations with him, a lot of conversation, my bilateral conversation, and we signed with him, me, like a new president. In 2019, I signed with him the deal. I signed with him, Macron.
Do I look
and
like
Merkel.
him?
We signed
Motherfucker.
ceasefire. All of them told me that he will never go. We signed him with gas contract. Yes, but after that, he broken this ceasefire. He killed our people, and he didn't exchange prisoners. We signed the exchange of prisoners, but he didn't do it. What kind of diplomacy, JD, you are speaking about? What do you mean?
I'm talking about the kind of diplomacy that's going to end the destruction of your country.
Yes, but if you
Mr. President, with respect, I think it's disrespectful for you to come into the Oval Office and try to litigate this in front of the American media. Right now, you guys are going around and forcing conscripts to the front lines because you have manpower problems. You should be thanking the president for trying to bring an end to this conflict.
I do think that was maybe not a wise on his part there after what he just said to continue harping on what their problems were. I get what he was trying to go for is like, you're not being grateful. But the conscript argument was not actually helpful. As much as everything else JD did, I agree with. That one moment, I was like, you know what his response is going to be hostile now.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? You're now gonna, and then he said what he always says, which JD should have seen coming, which was, "Have you been to Ukraine?" He did he recovered afterwards, but his initial response was like, "Yes, I mean, no, I've seen the stories." That was a weak response. That's coming up, obviously, in the video, but that's a weak kind of response with me. He shouldn't have gotten into hashing out the details of the war like that, is what I'm trying to say. On the Ukrainian side of things, I think I could see why Zelensky wouldn't like that.
No, and
if your actual point is to bring all of them to the table, that's not conducive to it. But especially after you just said, let's not litigate this in front of the media, and then you kind of did.
Yeah. No,
but I mean, JD's been, it's been a couple of weeks. So I'm not saying his performance was awful here. It was actually quite good. I'm just giving you I don't want, people hit this perception. We just ride Trump and all that. And it's like, well, no, I'm going to be critical here. I think JD talking about the conscripts and then his kind of fumble about the "have you been to Ukraine" thing. He did recover by saying take on a propaganda tour, because that is what Zelensky does. But again, that was all he did in personal, and it was right after he said we shouldn't do this in front of the media. In fact, he was uninterrupted from that point until he got to litigating it in front of the media.
Yeah.
I get why. It's the flow of a conversation. I'm not saying it was like a premeditated thing that he was wrong there. It's just, he did kind of fumble the ball a little bit, but then Trump picked it back up and ran it in the end zone.
Perfect analogy there.
Say what problems we have.
I have been to.
Count once.
I've actually watched and seen the stories, and I know what happens is you bring them on a propaganda tour, Mr. President. Do you disagree that you've had problems bringing people into your military? And do you think that it's respectful to come to the Oval Office of the United States of America and attack the administration that is trying to prevent the destruction of your country?
What I'd like to point out there is he was ready. If you're actually trying to negotiate here from a people reading perspective, Zelensky had dropped his folded arms for a second there when he said, "Do you acknowledge we have problems?" Right? He was open to saying, yes, we have problems, but then JD added "with conscription," which is a sore spot for Zelensky, and you should know that. And again, like I say, that's not actually helpful to the conversation to add that little jab in when all you really needed from him is, do you have problems? The U.S. is helping you solve those problems. Then maybe you should show a little gratitude. And he did get those points in. I'm just pointing out the little bits where it might have made the situation a little worse than it otherwise could have been. Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong at all. I will say this, and I'm not even arguing with you, but I think because I brought up the same thing to someone on Twitter, and someone said that, well, the reason why Vance brought up conscription is because a lot of people don't know.
No, and it is a sore spot for him, and it's what a lot of people don't know, and he was ambushing them, so JD ambushed him back. I get all that. I'm just saying that if Trump's repeated goal, and as far as I'm concerned, all his other words aligning with his stated goal of peace is true, then some of the things JD said here are not conducive to getting Zelensky to come to the table, but rather maybe had the opposite effect.
Yeah. Well,
we can talk about the larger implications of that after. I just want to point out that, like, a lot of people are like, yay, JD Vance, and I agree, actually. But I did want to be like, there is some things that I think are fumbles here. That, like, if you're an honest person, it's like, you know, people on the right and the left can't do this, whereas like an athlete can. You ever see athletes watching tape?
Yes.
And pointing out their own and their teammates' mistakes, even though they made those mistakes?
Yep.
Yeah.
And then the coach comes in and he says, look, guys, okay. You know, I'm from New England and famously was a big fan of the Patriots with Bill Belichick. Bill Belichick would come. He's friends with Trump, so there you go. He'd come in there with that kind of fucking attitude, right? Like, we won 49-2, right? But look at first quarter. You know, the second drive, the third down on the 25. You there, your footing was wrong on the line of scrimmage. You there, you know what I mean? Every little nitpick, right? No, you weren't good enough, even though you won 49. Why do you think the Patriots had an undefeated season and won so many Super Bowls? It was that mentality of like, yeah, we did great, but we could always do better. So in the spirit of that, JD probably should tone some of his little subtle jabs down.
Well, the problem, and I wouldn't even really say it's a problem with JD, but I think one of the big differences between JD Vance and Trump, someone pointed this out on Substack, right? JD Vance does have the military background, which means that he is more likely to kind of have the door kicker cowboy mentality. Whereas Trump literally is a negotiator, right? He's
a salesman through and through.
He's a salesman. You know, you want to talk about the art of the deal. That, you know, that's what Trump is doing.
I get the good cop, bad cop thing. I'm not even saying that part's wrong. I'm saying some of the things he said specifically hit Zelensky. You can look at Zelensky's posture right after he said what I stopped it for.
Right. No, and I'm not even saying you're wrong. I'm just saying that Vance is such like in, you know,
he's the bulldog
badass mode that like he's not even, you know, he's just like, I'm going to tell Zelensky, you know, how I feel, and you know.
Well, and they've been having problems dealing with him too, according to everybody. That like I watched Marco Rubio do an interview. Yeah. I watched a lot of the stuff regarding this. And I came to the conclusion, one, I'm glad we waited a couple of days, whereas other people were like, oh my God, you gotta see the latest thing, and jumped on it. Because I think it gives some context here, especially since Zelensky's essentially backed down at this point.
Yeah. So,
but we should keep finishing the video. We're at like 30 minutes and we've watched 3 minutes of the video.
Yeah, well, I mean, it did take us forever to watch like a 15-minute speech, you know, that Vance did last week. So
Johnny Fox be the other way around, right? It's like a 4-hour video and he talks for 3 minutes.
And that's why we're professional podcasters, folks.
A lot of questions. Let's start from the beginning. Sure. First of all, during the war, everybody has problems. Even you, but you have nice ocean. And don't feel now, but you will feel it in the future.
You don't know that.
You're not having war.
That was another thing that, like, so when this whole thing
broke,
that's
what made Trump step in, because that was a veiled threat.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
that was gangsta shit right there. I'm not even kidding you. It's gangsta shit. Like the old fucking Irish guys down in Southie would be like, hey, there's a nice shop. It'd be a shame if something happened to it. And if you say fucking no, I'm not going to give you any money, something happens to it.
I was getting DMs about that line on like last Friday when this broke. Like I was getting DMs from people like, even like a lot of the authors that have come on were like,
we've been openly pro-Ukraine, by the way. I want people to know that we've been very openly pro-Ukraine in that we have always said that they were under attack from an aggressor. This changed my stance right here. What he just said there changes it, and in a minute or so he's going to deny any chance of a talk for a ceasefire. Changed him in my mind from the aggressed upon to the aggressor now. If the other guy says he's willing to talk about stopping and you say no, you are the aggressor.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Well, I know that hurts some people's feelings, but it's true.
Well, from the
care about life and peace, and it seems like he doesn't care about either.
Yeah. Well, from the very beginning, Max. From the very beginning of the war between Ukraine and Russia, I've always said that, like, yeah, Putin's not, Putin's a bad guy, but I'm not so sure that Zelensky is a good guy either. It's not necessarily binary.
We've said that on this show. People can go back and find it. Any title that says Ukraine in it, we said the same thing for 2 years that I've been here, and I'm pretty sure you had the same opinion before I got here because you were pretty set in your. And I was like, cool, I agree. I was like, I don't like war either, so I'm against war. But if there is a war that breaks out and it can't be stopped, I side with the person who's being aggressed upon almost universally.
Yeah.
And he just switched roles. He just turned fucking heel in my mind. He pulled a John Cena.
Oh yeah.
He did it for the Rock. He did it for the Rock. He did it for the people of Ukraine.
Did it for the Rock.
Yeah.
I did it for the people, the Ukrainian people. Yeah. And look, here's the thing that I think a lot of people don't want to understand with his little veiled threat here, okay? Which sets Trump into action. You notice Trump had been taking a passive role in this conversation right up until this point, and I don't blame him. But here's the reality. If we say, you go fuck off and you go have your World War III, and Europe can do whatever it wants to, they want to jump in, that's fine. And we're going to stay off over here, and we're going to work on domestic production, getting our borders under control and our economy. If you don't care at all about life, Sam, and I do, but if you don't, that is objectively better for us while the rest of the world expends its resources on a pointless fucking land war in Europe again. I say this time, if that's what you want to do, bitches, then we're going to sit it out and we're going to make America great again. And then we're going to continue to be the dominant world power for another century. Kiss my ass. Well, why would we get in a land war with Russia because he wants to be stubborn? That's almost what he was asking for, by the way.
Yeah. Well, I have an interesting hypothetical which I want to, kind of discuss, after this.
But do you agree, Sam, that if you don't care about the millions of lives that will be lost in this stupid war, if you don't care about that, and all you care about is American interest and America first, us staying out of such a war is actually really good for business.
Yeah, no, I agree.
We can produce while the rest of the world burns and consumes in a fiery fucking hellstorm.
Yeah, no, I agree completely with that. So,
and then maybe it might teach them a thing or two about the lesson of that peace is actually preferable. But Europe doesn't seem to learn that lesson.
Well, what's funny too is
when have they?
Is
never
the same people, Max, I've noticed who mostly on the left who were screaming during the George Bush era that we can't be the world's policemen and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
They're the same ones who know. They're the same ones who are like,
I'm against the boot that's stepping on everyone's neck until you put my foot in the boot, and then I love it.
Right. Yeah, they're the ones like, putting Ukraine flags in their bio and saying that we need to,
Have I told the story on the flag story on the show? I know I've told there's people down the street that do a flag signaling thing for me, right? This is a quick story. We can get back to the video, but it's a funny one. So I've told you before that they used to have a pride flag. This is why I noticed them, but it was the wrong one. I'm pretty sure they thought it was the Progress pride flag. Yes?
But they had the better one, didn't they?
But they had the map pride flag instead, which looks very similar.
Oh, boy.
Right next to the park for months and months and months. They had that up there. And then during the election, they put up a Kamala flag. And then after the election, they put up, I'm not kidding you, a black flag. Now, that was a thing some Dems were doing, raise the black flag of anarchy and protest or whatever. However, theirs was uniquely special to me, Sam. It was the black flag from Assassin's Creed black flag, and it said it right on it, Assassin's Creed.
No way.
Yeah. Yeah, they hung the Assassin's Creed flag for about 2 weeks. And then even my wife noticed their signaling bullshit this last week when walking to school, because they now had a Canadian flag out. Until literally yesterday morning, Sam, they decided right after the Zelensky thing, I take it, or Monday morning, I should say. Guess what it is now?
Finally an American flag?
Is it a Nazi flag by chance?
As I understand, it's basically the same thing. It's the Ukrainian flag. So they're really on their virtue signal game, huh? At some point in between, they had a Palestinian flag too.
Oh, of course. I'm sure they did.
Yeah. And it's funny because every other flag in the whole goddamn city is just an American. Anybody else has a flag, it's an American flag.
Yeah.
Like, what are you, fucking weird? But yes, everybody thinks they're weird. They had a pedophile flag up for like 6 months.
Are your neighbors, they don't happen to originally be from like Portlandia or anything?
I don't fucking know. It's like some lesbian broads.
Okay, so they might be from Portlandia then.
Yeah, they look it, but I don't know. There's people like that around here too, especially from the Cape. Sadly, I like half grew up on the Cape, so it hurts to say that, but there's a lot of lefty blue hair weirdos from the Cape Cod area.
Yeah. I actually think John Guarnieri is like actually, I don't want to dox him, but I think he's like, he has said he's from Massachusetts, and I think he's pretty close by your area, maybe. But
yeah, maybe, I don't know, but the Cape has, like, the Cape's cool. I'm not saying like you'd be it's probably one of the better places to live in Massachusetts because it's got its lefties, but the laws don't quite match up. In a lot of areas, they're still a little conservative because it's the Cape's wealthy, pretty much universally, and it's a nice place too. If you ever get the chance, Martha's Vineyard, even where all the Obamas and the Kennedys are at, is actually a beautiful little island to take a tour of. I have a lot of fun there. You can go to the colorful cliffs of Gayhead. Sam, have you heard about Gayhead? You seen this? You heard about this?
I've heard that gays give head, but I haven't heard of Gayhead before. So.
Yeah, so it was the gaily colored cliffs at the head of the beach was the full name of it, because they were colored brightly, you see? And then after a while, they called it Gayhead, and that stuck. And then they tried to, because then Gayhead had a different connotation, as you pointed out, with your dick sucking joke. And and then I got hit with Sonic the Hedgehog. But then they started calling him the Indian name. It's like Araquanda or some shit. But I still call it Gayhead. If you go to Martha's Vineyard, Sam, you got to go down to Gayhead and get you the clam chowder. Delicious.
Yeah.
The problem is when you're down at Gayhead getting clam chowder is you get it all up in your face. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and now here's the real question: is it the real clam chowder, or is it like the white cream stuff that looks like,
Oh, you mean actual real clam chowder? Yes, sir.
Yeah,
actual real clam chowder, not New York clam chowder with fucking tomato juice.
Yeah,
you heathen. You think that's real?
No, I'm not saying it is. I actually have neighbors.
My wife likes there's a special one that's like the Rhode Island Red that's kind of a hybrid that she likes because that's the one she had. But no, Sam, I actually, last Friday I had fish and chips and chowder, like, because I'm Irish and stuff.
Yay, terrific.
I'm going to have some corned beef and cabbage, though. I'm going to tell you, it's going to be delicious. I'm going to drink some beer.
Oh, me too. Oh, yeah.
I'll probably get drunk and stream it just because I have only done that once. And that one time I was doing karaoke on Twitch, right? And man, are they strict about you saying the N-word in terms of karaoke?
I will probably join you if it's St. Patrick's Day, and I'll probably drink Guinness live on stream. Oh. And Mort being the only purebred Italian guy can laugh at us both.
Well, okay, but do you know any of the tavern songs? Like, Oh, Robeheva, Halwanya. Oh, Robeheva, Halwanya. Oh, Robeheva, Halwanya. Unikdun Haktun Tari. Right?
I didn't.
The fact that you didn't join in means you're like, what the fuck is Max on about?
But
that's a shame if you call yourself Irish.
But that kind of sounds,
Sam.
But that kind of sounds like what I sound like when I'm drunk anyway. So
that's why it's such a great drinking song, because nobody knows the words but me.
And you only remember what they are half the time. I'm assuming.
Oh no, it's Oro Behavahal Walia. Oro Behavahal Walia. Oro Behavahal Walia. Unikton Taktintari. Like, I know what it means too, of course.
Oh yeah, so
you one of them fake Irish?
Well, depending on who you ask, yes or no.
Nah, the thing about Irish people is we're like the one group of people that has absolutely no racial purity test whatsoever. I'm just busting your balls, obviously.
Yeah.
No, like I like a lot of old Irish. I'm from an Irish area. I'm all Irish by descent myself. I was adopted by a Portuguese family, or a Portuguese, my stepdad. But yeah, I love St. Paddy's Day. I look Irish as fuck. I mean, of course I am. But I don't drink much. I do like to fight, but like you have to stop yourself because that'll end you up in the paddy wagon.
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess I like fighting too because I like sparring with people.
Well, and Andrew Tate is still not took me up on it, so I have no excuse to beat anybody up.
Oh yeah, speaking of Max, I am glad that
he's in Florida. Let's make it happen, Andrew. Come on.
I am glad
a bald chicken.
I am glad that you brought that up, Max, because I logged into my TikTok account for the first time in a couple months, and evidently
feeling cute, about to post some selfies. I got you.
Well, I posted the clip where you challenged Tate to a fight on the Whitfield Report TikTok, and apparently Tate's little man-child followers were like, "Oh, so did your wannabe co-host actually fight him?" And I'm like, "Nah."
Hey, I'm still game.
No, I know you. I know you are.
He said you got to fight me if you want to make fun of me. Well, guess what, Andrew? You're bald. You're gay, and you're also bald. Also, you give bad advice to young men and lead them down a path to ruin. And so you're a false preacher, and I hate your guts.
And also, I'm pretty sure you're also a Fed too.
Yeah, but I mean, I just assume everybody's a Fed, so like I treat them all equally anyway.
Well, yeah, but he's literally bragging. Oh, I wiped my phone.
Hold on, I said that, Sam. I said he's bald, he's gay, and he's bald. What part of that did you miss? He's a Fed. Yes, that's in the second gay. Gay. Hold on. There was 2 gays for a reason, Sam, and 2 balds. He's bald because he doesn't have any hair. He's gay because he's a homosexual. He's gay because he's a Fed. And he's bald because he's not only has no hair, but he's bald on the inside, if you know what I mean.
Well, yeah.
Bald, gay, bald.
Yeah.
BGGB, if you will.
Yeah.
And if he doesn't like it, then he can set up that fight that he's so serious about with me. And he will totally kick my ass. I'm so scared. Oh no, Sam. Andrew Tate. He's like your fucking height. In the wheelchair.
So he's Krasenstein height.
Yeah.
I don't know. Little men always be bragging about how tough they are. So you just got to kind of say, yeah, sure. I'll take you up on that. And that's basically what I did. No, I didn't put out the idea of fighting somebody. He did.
Yeah.
He said you had to make fun of how he's bald, gay, and bald.
Yeah.
What were we talking about? Zelensky?
Yeah. Speaking of fights, this, so Zelensky here is like getting, angry with Vance, and Trump's been pretty calm. And then Trump
just stands up and pimp slaps this bitch right in the fucking mouth.
Pretty much as
not literally, but figuratively.
Don't tell us what we're going to feel. We're trying to solve a problem. Don't tell us what we're going to feel.
I'm not telling you.
Because you're in no position to dictate that.
That's
Remember
exactly
this.
what
You're in no position to dictate what we're going to feel. We're going to feel very good. We're going to feel very good and very strong.
You will feel influence.
You're right now not in a very good position. You've allowed yourself to be in a very bad position, and he happens to be right about it.
From the very beginning of the war.
You're not in a good position. You don't have the cards right now.
That's
With
right.
us,
You're
you start
getting
having
doggy style.
Right now, you don't. You're playing cards. You're playing cards. You're gambling with the lives of millions of people. You're gambling with World War III. You're gambling with World War III. And what you're doing is very disrespectful to the country, this country. That's back to far more than a lot of people said they should have.
Have you said thank you once? This entire meeting? No, in this entire meeting, have you said thank you? You went to Pennsylvania and campaigned for the opposition in October. Offer some words of appreciation for the United States of America and the president who's trying to save your country.
And your soul.
You think that if you will speak very loudly about the war,
He's not speaking loudly. He's not speaking loudly. Your country's in big trouble.
Wait a
minute. No. You've done a lot of talking. Your country is in big trouble.
I know.
You're not winning. You're not winning this. You have a damn good chance of coming out okay because of us.
Mr. President, we are staying in our country, staying strong from the very beginning of the war. We've been alone, and we are thankful. I said thanks
you haven't
in
been
this
alone.
cabinet.
You haven't been alone.
In this cabinet.
We gave you, through this stupid president, $350 billion.
We
gave you military equipment, and you men are brave.
Yeah, I love that you just took the opportunity to just bash Biden right there. He did the same thing at the State of the Union, which I love too.
Yeah, you didn't need an act of Congress. All you needed was a new president.
Military equipment. If you didn't have our military equipment, this war would have been over in 2 weeks.
In 3 days, I heard it from Putin. In 3 days. This is something
maybe
new.
Less.
In 2 weeks. Of course, yes.
It's going to be a very hard thing to do business like this.
Again,
I tell you.
Just say thank you.
I said a lot of times to American people.
Accept that there are disagreements, and let's go litigate those disagreements rather than trying to fight it out in the American media when you're wrong. We know that you're wrong.
But you see, I think it's good for the American people to see what's going on.
I understand, sir.
I think it's very important. That's why I kept this going so long. You have to be
so that you make a fool of yourself. Good job. Thank you.
You're buried there. Your people are dying. You're running low on soldiers. Listen, you're running low on soldiers. It would be a damn good thing. And then you tell us, I don't want a ceasefire. I don't want a ceasefire. I want to go and I want this. Look. if you could get a ceasefire right now, I tell you, you take it so the bullets stop flying and your men stop getting killed.
Of course, we want to stop the war.
But you're saying you don't want a ceasefire.
But I said to you,
I want a ceasefire.
With guarantees.
Because you'll get a ceasefire faster than an agreement.
Ask our people about ceasefire, what they think.
That wasn't with me.
For you what,
that wasn't with me. That was with a guy named Biden who was not a smart person. That was with Obama.
It was your president.
Excuse me. That was with Obama, who gave you sheets, and I gave you javelins.
Yes.
I gave you the javelins to take out all those tanks. Obama gave you sheets. In fact, the statement is Obama gave sheets and Trump gave javelins. You got to be more thankful, because let me tell you, you don't have the cards. With us, you have the cards. But without us, you don't have any cards.
One more question to Mr. Vice President. I'm sorry.
It's going to be a tough deal to make because the attitudes have to change.
What if Russia breaks ceasefire? What if Russia...
Okay, so, and that's pretty much the end of the question.
What if Russia breaks it? The thing is, he's asking for a deal that extends beyond Trump's capability of negotiating, meaning it goes longer than his term as president. So,
yeah,
you know what he's doing, Sam? He's Dave. Literally. Have you ever seen Dave's requirements for employers or women?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
so
they're ridiculously unrealistic. Yeah.
Yeah. So for those that don't know, and I try not to get into Dave, and I'm actually just going to use him to make a serious point here. But you can watch, I just did a 6-hour thing streaming all the different Dave stuff from Cringing Over Coffee over on my channel here on Rumble the other day. And it was a lot of fun because there's a lot to go through. But one of the things that's unique about Dave is he is on some type of government assistance, right? And so he has specific things he needs from an employer for that purpose to continue receiving that money. Then he also has a list of demands for an employer on top of that no employer will ever be able to reach. You follow? They have to pay in cash, in person, every week. It has to be outdoor type work. He has to be able to not come in if it snows. On and on, he's got a list of things that the job has to have. And I've heard him because he recorded it. He even asked these questions of interviewers, basically turning it into interviewing them. And he wonders why he doesn't get the job. But he's got a sad enough story that the government still gives him his check every month and his food stamps and such, right? That's Zelensky in a nutshell. He's this wacky guy. He's over here begging for money, right? But then the requirements to get that money is things like, okay, but you have to talk about a peace deal so that we don't keep spending this money in the blood of your citizens and their citizens. Let's talk. And if Putin's an asshole, then we are completely justified in backing you 100% because we've already tried that. But what have we not tried? Well, Joe Biden froze Putin out completely from negotiations from day one. And in fact, didn't have any negotiations.
Well, I have a theory about the whole Ukraine thing, which is that Zelensky, and in fact, there are some pro-Ukraine people who are like this. They're like, Zelensky shouldn't do a negotiation. He should just march into Moscow and take out Putin.
Which is an insane thing to say.
No, I know. But I'm saying I've heard that from some.
Have you ever
Ukraine
seen the
people.
original, Sam? Have you ever seen the original All Quiet on the Western Front?
Yes.
Remember the part where Paul goes home, right? And the professor that kind of convinced him to join in the first place, he meets him, right? And he's at the bar, and all the old guys who didn't go off to war with the professor are all plotting out the war. And Paul, who's a veteran and been on the front lines, slowly leaves the scene, and they don't even fucking notice. They were talking about him to begin with. That's what started the war on. They all got into it. And then the striking thing about that film is that was the mentality is march on to Paris. Yeah. And so Paul gets back. He decides he needs to join back up in the war because he's all fucked up from it, right? He needs to be with his buddies and stuff. And so hold on. he goes to the front line, right? And he meets his friend Kat, the old veteran. And what does Kat tell him? March to Moscow. Are these people insane? Do they not know we're dying out here? The fact is, the Ukrainian people might feel that way, but don't know if the fucking soldiers on the front line will feel that way. You feel me?
Yeah, no, completely. Well,
that's a big assumption to think that these guys have to be tired, man, and nothing else. You think maybe they want to go home, see their wife, not worry about getting fucking drone shot in the head? Have you seen any of those videos? There's a fucking trillion of them.
Oh yeah, I've seen a bunch of them. Well, so here's the interesting thing, Max. So
you're never safe. You can't even hide in a foxhole on a modern battlefield. Imagine the fucking PTSD that's going to come out of that.
Oh yeah, and now there's drone warfare and fucking awful stuff. Well, so whenever I encounter someone who is that gung ho about taking out Putin, right? Since he's the big bad, I'm like, okay. So let's just say that, by some miracle, you guys do get into Moscow, and let's say that by some miracle, despite the Kremlin being heavily guarded, let's say that you beat back Putin's forces, and through some miracle, you assassinate him or whatnot, right? Then what? Yeah. What happens after you take?
There's no fucking endgame on Zelensky's side. That's the problem.
How are you getting out if you somehow do get that assassination off?
Yeah, well, that's the thing is they
like march to Moscow literally means they think they have a delusion that this Ukrainian army, which is by the skin of its teeth taken some Russian territory, but I don't think they understand how fucking far Moscow is.
Right. I'm just saying, even if hypothetically,
what a war in Russia, a land war in Russia looks like. There's a reason land war in Russia is a meme for a bad idea.
Yeah, no, totally.
Sorry to interrupt again, Sam.
But what I'm saying though is, even if in this ridiculous and absurd hypothetical scenario, even if they get everything they want, they have no plan for after they remove Putin. And
because then the rest of fucking Russia hates you.
Well, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is essentially what happened after Saddam got removed from power, right?
And what rose up out of that? ISIS. Why? Because the disaffected guys, a lot of them who were following Saddam, and a lot of them who were just family members, friends, other people killed by U.S. soldiers in the fighting, found a new cause. A new reason.
I hate to say this, and again, I know some people are going to take this out of context as me being a Putin stooge, and whatever.
If you say anything, then fight forever, go Ukraine, they think you're a Putin stooge. So go ahead, fuck those people.
But I watched Tucker Carlson's interview with Putin, and at one point, Putin does say, "Look, I'm actually better than the other oligarchs. You might not like me, but there are other Russians who are much crazier than I am. And if I'm removed from power, someone, who's I'm paraphrasing, of course, but he essentially says that, they're worse, I might be bad, but there are people out there worse than I am." And
let's not pretend, Sam, because the only way any of that happens, marching to Moscow, which is what it would require to remove Putin, you'd actually have to take over the country of Russia by military force. Guess who would have to be involved for that to happen?
The fucking U.S.
Yeah.
Ukraine, they can take a little bit of territory at the borders. Some of it has been infrastructurally important to Russia. But otherwise, they've lost territory too. They're not equipped to go across the mountains and through everywhere all the way to fucking Moscow. That's not going to happen. That's a fucking fool to even suggest that would happen, unless a major third-party nation with a huge military and the money to fucking the will to do it went in there with boots on the ground. Ukraine is not going to win this war. And he won't admit that, because I get it. That's bad for morale to admit that you're losing a war. But at a certain point, he brought that on himself. in the way that argument unfolded. He didn't have to get criticized for the way the war was going. He literally wanted it, so he got it.
Right. And he does. And from my point of view, he wouldn't even have to say the words, "We're losing the war." If I were him, I would say, "Hey, we're ready for a sit down with Russia."
Yeah, and he wasn't really forced even by that conversation, but the points that were made is basically that you're losing the war. And he dragged himself that way. And that's his own fucking fault. But now that he's willing to negotiate according to what he said today, that's good. We'll see. I know the other big one is the State of the Union, and there's a whole shit ton to cover with that. So is there anything more with the Zelensky spat?
No, no. Other than that, I think you are right. In that, I think it is good that we waited a few days to cover it because, like, yeah, people were wanting me to cover on Monday, and I've always said we cover news stuff on the Wednesday show, and I think it is good because I think we've had more developments on the whole.
And so as a breather in between, because they're both pretty. Well, I mean, the State of the Union has a lot of lighthearted stuff and some stuff that'll make your blood boil, but I got a list.
Oh yeah, let's do your what's the top 10 for this week, sir?
This week's list is written once again by laid off U.S. aid workers, and ironically enough, the title of the list, Sam, Top 10 Jobs Newly Fired U.S. aid workers Can Get Now That Illegals Aren't Doing Them.
Yay!
Yay! This is a helpful pointer list. We're gonna help them out in finding positions that they could fill. That we were told that there's no Americans that want to do these jobs, right? But I happen to have found some unemployed Americans who could, number 10, sell oranges under the overpass. Loranga,
Yeah.
Yeah. So we could get those U.S. aid workers, give them bags of oranges, get them out under the overpasses. What are we waiting for?
Terrific idea.
Number 9, where you're going to get the oranges, picking fruit. They keep talking about how no one's going to pick the fruit, Sam. I figured it out. U.S. aid workers. Number 8, under the table roofing, and you could throw other kinds of construction work in there. Essentially standing outside a Home Depot until somebody picks you up for a construction job. Home Depot better get ready. Lowe's too, because there's going to be a lot more weirdos standing out. They're not going to be Mexican and they're not going to be hardworking, but they will speak English. And they'll have their papers. Oh, where were we? Oh, number 7. I heard there's a lot of openings for this one, Sam. Host of a MSNBC show.
Well, yeah, I mean, they were.
Especially if you're a woman.
USAID was giving money to MSNBC, though, too. So, I mean, it would kind of be appropriate, I guess.
Number 6, this one I think will solve a lot of the labor shortage problems for them. Gay prostitutes, or just prostitutes, because not all the USAID workers are guys, so they could just be regular prostitutes.
Jesus
Christ. Yeah, no, anybody?
No, I mean, wait, Max, I'm a little confused though, because weren't they already prostitutes?
Volunteer?
Yeah, they can volunteer to be gay prostitutes.
Yeah, but like
number 5, this one's just very general, lawn care. You picture them USAID workers pushing a mower around.
I don't
listening to Tejano music.
I don't trust USAID workers to do a good job though with lawn care.
Well, you might trust them with number 4, crack dealer.
Oh my god.
It turns out there's a lot less of them on the streets now that they're being reported. And in line with that, number 3, a cartel member. You can always be a cartel member. They need members with them getting deported and arrested and such.
Oh well, I'm sure there are actually some ironically U.S. aid workers who want to join the cartels now.
Probably. And they'll definitely want to jump at the next one. Number 2, gay pornography store jizz mopper.
What the fuck? What the fuck?
Well, look. There's a service, there's a need, there's people willing to do the job. I mean, who has mopped up more cum than USAID? And the number 1, I'm gonna read them back.
That's a good point.
Top 10 jobs newly fired USAID workers can get now that illegals aren't doing them. Number 10, selling oranges under the overpass. Number 9, picking fruit. Number 8, under the table roofing and construction. Number 7, host of an MSNBC show. Number 6, gay prostitutes or just prostitutes. No, we try to be like inclusive of all the other gendered people there. You know, there's the body type Bs of the world.
Yeah.
Shout out to all the body type Bs in the audience.
Oh my god.
Number 5, lawn care. Number 4, crack dealer. I hear that's lucrative, Sam.
Yeah.
Number 4, cartel worker or mule. Number 2, gay pornography store jizz mopper. And the number 1 of the top 10 jobs newly fired USA workers can get now that illegals aren't doing them. Writing Max's top 10 list for the Whitfield Report.
Yeah. Hold on. Why don't you read the last thing you did? That's like the end of that. Read that last thing.
No, there's no more written here.
There is. Fucking read it.
It's no, there's nothing. See, audience, there's nothing. There's nothing there. It doesn't say anything.
You know what it says?
It says, fuck you, Max Sand.
Fuck you, because who writes your goddamn lists?
The fired USAID workers.
You know it's me, you dumbass. They know it's me, you dumbass. You make me write this dumbass shit every single fucking... I had to write number 2 down on a piece of fucking paper. I actually had to write those... And you know what he makes me do? He makes me read them back to him. So I actually had to read that shit too. You... Fuck you so hard.
And that's the top 10 list, ladies and gentlemen.
I mean,
that's not like that.
Can you at least?
Oh my God, Mort.
Hey, I'm glad Mort said that and not me. I wasn't gonna say that, but
you made the dick waggling joke last time, so now it's Mort's turn.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I'm actually, I forgot to give myself a round of applause for that.
You forgot about waggling dick?
I can't behave all the time, Maxine.
Yeah.
I never forget about waggling dick, Sam.
Oh my God.
Neither does Zelensky, apparently.
That's true. He's also good for like reaching around and putting a finger in the butthole.
Oh, come on.
Have you seen? There's like a video of him on Twitter of him and
with his finger in a butthole.
Almost. Actually, he was like in some gay dance.
Some gay dance what?
Oh my.
He was like in some gay dance like music video trope or something. I don't know. And folks, we're about to witness a murder on camera.
I have no idea what you mean. It's not like you can see her silhouette plotting.
I don't.
You don't have to use that. Maybe.
That's what she said.
Oh no, my hatchet's over there. All right, I thought she was gonna hit me with a hatchet.
Don't give her any ideas.
That is an idea.
Well, it's not a good idea.
That's more fun. And less murdery.
Since when are your ideas good, Max?
I gotta go fast.
Oh my god! Shut the fuck up with the fucking Sonic joke.
That's what she said.
I gotta go fast because I got hit with Sonic the Hedgehog. You see?
Yeah. Anyway, though,
what do you think about that, Sonic? I think that shit's gay.
Oh my god.
Gayer than Christian?
That is a terrific top 10 list.
Coffee.
You know, we need a. I do have a suggestion for a top 10 list in the future.
Top 10 things Maxine has thrown at me on camera?
Yes, literally that.
Ow. You know, number 1, candy cigarettes.
Yay.
Yeah,
some of those items sound like they might hurt. Actually, just the sound of them. So
I mean, yeah, but no.
Also, I love the fact
just weakness leaving the body, Sam. What are you talking about?
Also, I love the fact that, like, if we were on YouTube right now, even though it's a candy cigarette, we would still get banned because.
Oh, they're gonna be super mad when I roll this blunt.
Because heaven forbid, people see you smoking on YouTube. But
I taught Maxine to roll joint and blunt, and she rolled a successful blunt today.
The blunt was actually good. Joints, not so much. Even though I have smaller fingers, I still can't get the whole twisting thing right. But I did good on that blunt.
Yeah.
I would also like to point out, sir and madam, that I think it was this past Friday/Saturday night. I how can I put this? I went to sleep right as you guys are starting your live stream, and then I woke up at like 6, and you guys are still going. I was like,
I'm getting them hours in, Sam.
Yeah,
that's that cringe coffee house grind. Also, we talked about WWE for way longer, and we were wrong for both elimination chambers. Because we picked Liv to win, and actually, as much as she just had number 1 most hated person or whatever was Liv Morgan, she kind of feels like Liv was robbed. And what was the other one? John Cena winning. We kind of had CM Punk pegged as winning.
Yeah.
Cena's heel turn. Anyone who says they predicted that is like, yeah, I bet you predicted it every month for the last 20 years. That was pretty good, though. Well done. Good show. That's the review. Since we did predictions, what's the review? What would you give it out of 5 stars? Elimination Chamber. I give it a solid 4. With both Elimination Chamber matches were good. The tag team match was aight, and the Kevin Owens Sami Zayn match was pretty brutal.
Yeah, I think 4 out of 5 is good.
She says 4 stars as well. What say you, Meltzer? Also, I give the women's chamber match a 5-star rating.
Yeah. Dude,
perfect.
The way.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert. The way.
Come over closer so they can hear you.
Hold on. Ow, shit. Ow. The way that fucking Jade came into the chamber. Oh my! She just fucking beat the fucking shit out of Naomi.
And I predicted that. I said that everybody was like, "Oh, Liv attacked Jade." I was like, "Nah, Naomi did it." I thought that from the very beginning.
Dude, she beat her so bad. So, Liv and Naomi were the first 2 in the ring in the actual match. Dude, Naomi couldn't. She was eliminated, disqualified. Bada bing, bada boom, right off the bat. They had to take her out on her stretcher. She couldn't move because you know what Jade did? Put her in the door, like the doorway, and took the gate thing and like slammed it right on her fucking head and neck.
Yeah.
Like it was brutal. And I love, I can't believe I'm saying this. I can't believe I'm fucking saying this. I loved when Liv went over to Bianca, got down on her knees up to the glass and went, "I told you, Bianca." I was like, oh, God damn it, that was good.
She earned that one is why.
She should have won. Look, I don't like Liv, okay? As a character fucking hater. As a person, professional wrestler, she deserved that spot. She worked hard for it. She should have gotten it. And goddamn, the way she got fucking whacked with Bianca's hair, that alone should have given her that, because the Monday Night Raw, she still had that fucking like circle around her stomach from that hair. That hair's fucking brutal, man. And why the fuck is she the only person that ever thought to use Bianca's hair against her?
True.
Like, what the fuck? Like, Liv's
because everybody else is morons.
Smart.
Yeah, I always say that is like.
But I said she's smart.
If it's well, she's a good heel. If it's that's I mean, like even I pointed out like
if it's not a weapon for Bianca, then it's not a weapon for everybody else.
Yeah, exactly. It's the old school wrestling thing is if it's illegal to use in a match, it's legal to use in a match. So yeah, that's the review you guys got there live on the show. We've been watching Raw and stuff. I usually don't even watch the shows, but Raw's been pretty good.
Yeah.
So we got another thing, which was a great show last night, which was the State of the Union address.
Oh my God.
Very good show. I missed the,
it also gets 5 stars from me.
Yeah. I missed the first half last night, but I did go back and watch the whole thing.
Get him out. He's out. Get him out.
That was insane.
This morning. Oh yeah, I was getting tweets about that. And I was actually kind of confused about that at first, because at first I thought that like Al Green the singer was.
You thought it was the singer Al Green?
Yeah,
no, this guy just thinks he's that cool. He wishes
first,
he was cool. Yeah.
And then I see him and I'm like, oh, it's just some weirdo who shares the same.
Yeah, he is nuts too. If you ever see him speak, so she's got a rant about this apparently, and I'm unaware of. So go ahead.
Oh no.
Yeah, let's go for it.
So every single, except for that one that you saw with the.
You can come like here or even closer, like that.
Right there.
Mm-hmm.
I really don't want.
That's fine.
Okay. Every single Democrat there, except for like that one lady that you saw with the half-hearted clap, fucking Democrat that just sat there, fucking evil, fucking disgusting, fucking despicable, showing your true colors to the entire fucking country, and you wonder why the fuck we fucking hate you guys. That, what was he, 13-year-old boy who's battling, fighting, surviving fucking goddamn brain cancer, was told, well, you have 5 months, survived over 6 years now with it.
Shout out to
DJ Daniels.
Agent DJ Daniels.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I was actually going to play a clip of that to start off the.
Yes, because this kid, he wants to be a fucking policeman. He loves the police, and he's been sworn in multiple times, different police stations. And I think that's absolutely wonderful. That's fucking beautiful, man. A kid survives brain cancer and he wants to be a police officer and like defend people. Like, it's fucking beautiful. And then, I mean, I'm going to let you play the clip. I don't want to say what Trump did, just in case nobody knows. I don't want to take that away from you, Sam. But like what Trump did, absolutely fucking beautiful. I teared up. Like, I did cry a little bit, especially as a mom. That was just like such a beautiful moment. And fuck every single fucking Democrat that just fucking sat there.
Yep.
One lady kind of went.
No, there was
didn't stand up.
Hold on, and I think it was Giffords. I think not Gifford. What's the one in Arizona there? The blonde that people think is a Republican.
Olichka Schlottgen or
no.
Debbie Wasserman Schultz.
No, I don't remember. Anyway, there was one one Democrat that was wearing blue suit. If you look at the clip, she was clapping earnestly, but I'm pretty sure it's the one that like she has a primary primarily red district. Right. And so I'm pretty sure that was even performative for the one that did clap. She certainly didn't stand up like anybody else. None of them were like chanting DJ. I mean, look, this child did nothing to you people. You can't celebrate like
if you can't celebrate a child that fucking beat cancer, fuck you.
Yeah. Exactly. Like, it is just, and I mean, I gotta, it's Max even pointing this out. Like, it didn't matter though, because the Republicans, they were hooting, they were hollering, they were chanting his name, they were like doing like little, like they were whistling, they were doing everything for this kid, and just like, oh my, just seeing
Sam
the look on his face, he did disappear. There he is. Hi, Sam. Just how his face lit up, and like you pointed out, because I think it's like from you as the view of the father, the look on his dad's face, like that's what got you.
Yeah. The dad was a proud papa, and deservedly so. You know, his son, and I think that the father kind of knew about what was gonna happen, because it seems like it, but the boy DJ definitely did not know. You can tell by the look on his face.
I'm actually really excited.
Yeah. No, and
it's a beautiful moment, and yeah, like she wanted to rant about it because hey, that's what normal people saw. That's what they took away from the whole thing, is the Democrat behavior.
It's all over TikTok, honestly.
Yeah. Well, even people that are like center left and whatnot, like actual Democrats, don't think this was appropriate.
Well, and now that
just let the kid have his look at that beautiful
I don't
picture.
want Democrats talking about fucking decorum ever.
Yeah, I don't want to hear about decorum. I don't want to hear about fucking the rules or anything like that. You can't even show the respect to this young gentleman.
Look at the smiles of the people around him.
Well, and whatever you guys do, don't look at MSNBC today, because MSNBC, I'll just tell you what they did so you don't have to as parents, but
she saw it. Don't worry, but go ahead.
Oh yeah, one of the okay, Maxine, I know you're I know you're a woman, but I'm just gonna say this journalist on MSNBC was a fucking cunt, because
I absolutely agree with you.
She was like, oh well, I hope this kid never has to face off against Trump and his January 6th supporters.
Yeah, and end up committing suicide and all that shit. What a mental case to say such a thing about this little boy.
And that he used that little boy. Are you fucking kidding me?
No, look, he made him very happy. And yes, there's an element of emotional manipulation in this, right? Here's the thing, Sam. You know the trick is to not get trapped by the emotional manipulation that Trump had? You stand up and you fucking clap for the cancer kid.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, because fucking Democrats have never tried using emotional manipulation fucking ever.
Right.
Oh yeah.
2020 would like to have an argument with you.
That's actually one of the things that like I saw on TikTok, and these are obviously like normal people, like I've never seen them before, but so many people were talking about that, and that's exactly what they said. They said, you don't stand and clap for Trump. You're not applauding for Trump. You're applauding for that kid. It's about that boy, not about Trump, not about your political shit. It should be about that boy. And so, yeah, that's what everybody, normal people, are seeing and saw from that. And they just made themselves look like the biggest fucking devils ever. And they're all fucking retarded as shit.
A CNN poll I saw just a little while ago had the approval of Trump's speech at the upper 70% bracket.
Yeah. I mean, Max, I did a show on Monday about Breitbart, and I played the end of his speech, and he's absolutely right. These people are a bunch of totalitarian freaks. It was true back in 2012, and it's sure as hell true.
Well, they gained power since then and used it for that purpose, just like he said. And you notice what's the first? Let's talk about the speech overall. Obviously, we got to talk about DJ because he's the biggest story that came out of it, and for better and worse. The worst is that the Democrats couldn't give this gentleman the proper respect that he deserves. On the better,
do want to play this clip real quick.
On the better end, I was going to say it makes him a star.
Yeah.
Look at that. He asked if he could hug him too. If you read his lips there, he's like, "Can I hug you?" And the guy said, "Yeah."
People were even chanting his name.
Thank you, DJ.
Yeah. He's an absolute inspiration, and everybody there chanting his name because they know it, right?
Yeah, you love to see it.
He knows what he wants in life. I've watched interviews with him today. From prior to that, he's a smart kid, especially somebody that's been through the hell that he's been through with brain cancer.
Yeah,
he's on top. He knows his life is limited, and he's using it to basically be pro cop. And he's like you think, oh well, they all swore him in as an officer at all these different police stations. What is that also a publicity stunt? Yes, it is. But you know what? It probably makes them feel pretty good. It makes him feel pretty good. So what's the harm? And then Trump just does the same thing. And he can't. It's not Trump, but that gentleman didn't get the proper respect. DJ Daniel.
You know what the funny thing about that too is, Max, is all the liberals are like, oh, the police department and the resident, they're just using this kid as a political pawn. As if you fuckers don't use children as political pawns to try and shove gun control down.
Fuckers use George Floyd as a political pawn.
Yeah, I'd rather them look up to DJ Daniel any day than they look up to George Floyd or all the other scumbags that they promote from the left.
Yeah, boss hog.
Yeah. I would take 100 DJs over one of them. Yep. I would take one DJ over 1 trillion of them.
And
it's inspirational. And that's the other thing that bothered me, obviously, Sam, like I mentioned, was when he mentioned RFK, he started talking about autism rates. He said that it used to be 1 in 10,000. Now it's 1 in 36. And we're going to research into what's causing that. They booed autism research.
Yeah.
And fuck you. That to me is worse. This was the DJ thing was a political theater stunt. Booing autism research was what they actually fucking feel.
Well, they'd also booed childhood cancer research after the DJ thing too, which that's shitty.
In their mind, they were booing him lying about it. That's why they booed that. But the booing of autism research, if you actually know why that happened, it's because it's excluding the fucking Autism Speaks organization, which was
which y'all know is a political pack. Anyway, I mean, let's be real.
Right. It would favor organizations like the one that we promoted, which was the Autism Society, and others that are doing actual research. That doesn't benefit left-wing activist organizations like Autism Speaks. So they booed it. Well, fuck them. And I hope that one day smart, industrious young men and women take their positions.
Yeah, me too.
Because I'd take an autistic person that's competent over any of them any day.
And I don't know if
at least the autistic person isn't retarded.
No.
Congress seems to be.
I don't know if it's just me, but like every single State of the Union tweet that I'm seeing is they're all DJ posts.
That's the story. That's the one people latched onto, and I understand why. I just don't want them booing autism research to be forgotten.
No, and I completely agree. I just find it notable that
and DJ, the one thing they did cheer is Ukraine, and even got bitch slapped for that.
Yeah, I just like that the DJ trended even above Al Green or whatever his name is getting removed.
Because it's a genuine positive moment for most normies if they're watching it.
Oh yeah.
They're wondering why those people are not clapping and stuff. Like, how do you sit there and hear this kid's story and not give him a round of applause? That's what a normie was. That's why she had to chime in. I didn't even know that. It's because, yeah, a normie reaction to that is pretty fucking strong. Because it's obviously he's a good kid. He's been through fucking hell. He's there with a smile on his face in a full cop uniform just to represent for police because he wants to be one. And then Trump made his day.
Yeah.
Made his life, essentially. He gave him the highest law enforcement position one could hope to aspire to. One of, if not the, right?
Yeah.
We should ask some of our former Secret Service friends how they feel about Agent Daniel.
Yeah,
you notice I try and put respect on his name like he deserves.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that, I mean, heck, for all I know, John's probably going to try and get him on Spear Talk. I don't know that for a fact, but like,
cool.
Well, yeah,
like
it'd just be interesting to hear what John or some of those other guys think about. Yeah, is it a token gesture? What is his duties? Well, his duties is to represent law enforcement and be like a mascot, and there's nothing wrong with that.
No.
It makes him very happy. You know,
again, they use George Floyd as a mascot.
Yeah.
Gave motherfucker statues.
And before that, it was Brown and on and on and on, and Trayvon Martin and on and on and on. All kinds of criminals get propped up. But a young man that wants to be law enforcement and wants to represent the best values of law enforcement, a black child, by the way, right? Not that it really matters, but like, isn't it, wouldn't you want more black cops if you think the whole thing is racist? And here's one that he's 13. He's uncorruptible at this point.
Right. Well, also though, to answer your question though, Max, no, they wouldn't want a black officer because that would destroy the narrative that cops are racist. That all cops are racist.
Yeah,
is what I mean.
Well, the thing is they even now say that about the black cops will show out for the white cops and all this stuff.
Oh yeah,
you don't get past this shit without acknowledging that police brutality is not even necessarily just a racial problem, but a universal problem. But that's my 2 cents. You know, nobody cares.
Yeah, no. Well, that's the thing is we're too nuanced for a lot of these.
You know, one way you get outreach between cops and community is a kid like that.
Yeah.
That's one way. That's a way I would do it. If I heard about this kid, I would swear him in too.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And also,
also he came to prominence because he got a video of him being bullied for wearing the cop outfit. You have to remember.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I do remember that. That was like 5 years ago or something, right? I remember
like 2 years ago. He was like 11, so he's 13 now. So.
Yeah.
It's been a while though. The news cycle moves so fast it feels like it, right?
Yeah, well because I remember seeing that 2 years ago when it first broke. That's yeah.
Yeah, and so a lot of cops rallied around to swear him in. Trump heard about this and set this up. I thought that was beautiful. He also, let's not forget the other gentleman who was there with him, who the story is that his father was an officer of the law.
Yes.
Who was shot and killed when he was small. And this man's dream was to go to West Point, and Trump announced that he got in, which was also beautiful. And the first thing is DJ came over and gave him a high five, which is like, yeah, that's awesome. He's the man.
I thought that was cool too because that would be like the coolest college acceptance, letter to like, have the president of the United States announce that you got into West Point. So
yeah. Also ripe for ball busting territory, but I'm sure he'll deal with both.
Oh yeah.
At West Point, while Trump is still president, mind you. He touted his accomplishments, a lot of which we've already discussed on the show, but he put them very eloquently. He talked for what, almost 2 hours? Thereabouts. Yeah. They said he was going to talk for an hour, but they didn't know, so he doubled it because that's Trump.
Also, in all honesty, Max, not even joking, I have not watched a State of the Union address since the last time Trump.
So here's the thing, Sam, that you might have forgotten is that Joe Biden hasn't done one in 2 years. And the last one he did was the dark winter. Yeah, the red dark winter speech.
Oh, I did see that one because Apex and I basically mocked it as the Emperor Palpatine speech because that's what it fucking looked like.
Yeah. Well, I find it interesting that he mentions the dark winter in there. He's talking about COVID, of course, but I think it was broader than that, and I don't think it was just that year. I think that this speech to me was Trump's Spring in America speech. Let's go, rah, rah, USA, USA. We're doing things. Here's what I'm doing. Here's what I'm trying to do. He laid it all out there. It was a really well done speech. He sprinkled in those moments like we were talking about with DJ. Obviously, he probably doesn't know which, if any, of these are going to catch fire in the media, but he sprinkles them in there nonetheless. The DJ one, look, it just pulled at people's fucking heartstrings. Them booing autism research. I wish he had clapped back at that because I got mad as soon as I heard it. The cheering Ukraine. He let them do that for a minute, and they kept going on. And he said, "Yeah, but you guys want it to go another 5 years, right, Pocahontas?"
Oh yeah, that was savage. I like the fact that he like publicly shamed them too. He was like, "Wow, you guys."
He can read a room. He knows the optics were on his side to say that.
Yeah. He was also like, "Wow, you guys. Who would have thought that you guys would have would be." Booing a Kennedy. Big change from, just a few years ago. So.
It's specifically him. He was a Democrat. He wasn't sitting there in Congress, but he was one of the top, don't look, man. They done fucked up with that and Tulsi. They booed both of them as they walked in.
Yeah. And look, we just be clear, Max, you remember we made fun of RFK for, RFK Jr. for brain worms. And
if I knew he was just trying to get a Trump administration appointment, I'd probably have been easier on him. I thought that jackass thought he was going to take Biden's nomination, and that's retarded. Only Kamala could do that, right? And that worked out great.
Well, see, Max, the problem is RFK Jr. isn't retarded, and Kamala is.
Well, so maybe he thought at first like he was going to do it, and then he saw the writing on the wall and was like, I'm going to talk to Donald.
Yeah.
And then history was made over a Big Mac.
Yeah. That was my favorite moment when they're all on Air Force One and Trump's like, all right, Bobby, you gotta eat the Big Mac. He basically did the meatloaf thing.
Well, yeah, but see, that's the difference. If it's meatloaf you gotta eat, he doesn't like you. If it's a fucking Big Mac, you're in.
Yeah.
Especially on Air Force One, you gotta do it. Come on now.
You gotta do it. Especially because you're the I don't eat processed food guy, so he was kind of shit testing you. Like,
oh yeah.
Totally. Hey, yeah. You eat whatever you want normally, but eat the fucking Big Mac.
Yep.
You won't die.
Yeah, you'll be all right, Bobby. Eat the Big Mac.
Oh, also,
and then Bobby's Bobby takes one bite and he's like, "Oh no!" and his testicles fall off.
Well, I mean, the other thing too
that happens when you eat a Big Mac, Sam. Did you know that?
I did not know.
Just boom, fall right off.
That's never happened to me. But no, the other thing I love is that the other thing I love is that like Trump started listing off all the fraud that they found in not all of the fraud, because fuck, he'd still be giving the speech if he had to list off all the fraud.
He mentioned some from my wife's list. That was pretty funny.
But yeah, no, he mentioned some of the things on the list, and now the Democrats, I don't think people fully realize this. The Democrats are now in the position of they're having to defend like actual money laundering now, unironically.
Yes, well, we stole this money because the transgender children of Ghana needed it. Don't you know?
Yeah.
Guatemala.
And then they're like, "Oh, the transgender children of Guatemala didn't get it," and it's like, "Oh, it was Guatemala." Oh,
what a surprise! They didn't actually get it. It ended up in a fucking politician's pocket.
And also the Beagles with their cocaine and whatnot too. Can't forget that.
That's why I'm from now here on out, I'm referring to cocaine as beagle medicine, Sam. Now it could be quail medicine, but I think beagle medicine is funnier.
Oh yeah,
think about 10 a guy with 10 beagles on cocaine trying to take him for a walk. It's just funnier than quails.
Yeah.
I would accept cocaine chimpanzees too. I think that would be pretty funny. Why didn't they do that?
Oh my! Well,
what
because
about cocaine lawyer?
Oh yeah, well because chimpanzees are already nuts as fuck as is. Can you imagine a chimpanzee on cocaine, Max? My God, that would be.
It would be cum everywhere, Sam. You'd need one of them jizz moppers. You'd be like, "It's so thick and it smells." Anyway.
So also, of course, Elon got his, acknowledgement, which was.
I want to correct the record, Sam. I said Elon fucked some bitch in that clip of my wife ranting. It turns out he didn't fuck her. He artificially sent his sperm to her through telekinesis.
Oh my God.
So I apologize to Elon on that one. Turns out he jerked off in a cup and then sent it through space or something. I think it works with lasers. I'm not really sure.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Elon space
it's just a correction for the record, guys. I want to make sure we're accurate.
I mean, Grok can, Grok can roast people now, apparently too. So that's fun. But yeah, I think we covered everything. Anything else in regards to the State of the Union that I'm missing, or?
It was a pretty good rah-rah speech for what he was doing. He tried to play the role of the unifier president, and so their unwillingness to even entertain that sort of helps his case.
Yeah.
They think the opposite, though. I was talking to Shmuley earlier, actually, and I'm under the impression now that those woke Dems do not understand that they're in the minority yet.
No, they don't. If you go,
they absolutely don't.
If you go on Twitter or Facebook or any social media where they're at, they literally don't see that they're in.
But the metrics don't back that up. Even the polling, right, is the approval rating is super high, well over 50%. The speech approval rating was really high. People are saying they feel better. It's right track is a high percentage as opposed to wrong track. If you go through the numbers, Sam, they're living a fucking delusion if they think that they're not only a majority, which is what they seem to think, but even a plurality that has voting power. The woke delegate seems to be between 20 and 25% of registered Democrats.
Yeah.
So less than a quarter of the country on a good day.
Yeah, the thing with it is though is there is right, and this
but
is
they're
the one
very
thing-
loud.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. They're very that's it. They're extremely loud. So therefore, they mislead themselves because they're like, oh, we're loud. So therefore, everyone must.
We're the loudest, therefore we're the minority. We're the majority.
And we've been tuning rather than screeching back at them to show them that we're the loudest now. We've sort of been just tuning them out and saying, yeah, whatever.
Are you gentlemen tired of winning yet?
No, never.
Not one bit.
Oh, man, this dark winter, now that spring is here, I feel real good, guys.
Right?
I feel terrific.
Also, I'm not tired of winning.
Let me tell you something, brother. America's back, bitch.
And we're never going to be tired of winning. So
And better than ever.
And it's only been like what? It's only been like what? 45, 46 days. We've had, I mean, shoot, we've had so much news to cover, Max. It's crazy in a good way.
Yeah. Crazy in a good way.
So
I wasn't Hulk Hogan out or nothing.
I totally saw that you were, and that's why people should subscribe to the show on Rumble.
Can't help it, Sam. Sometimes I just get possessed by the spirit of America, brother.
I've always been possessed by the spirit of America. That's what kept me going. So also
make sure you take your vitamins and say your prayers and smoke your joints like Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
Say your prayers.
And take your steroids.
Well, I was gonna say I also like to retweet deranged, lefties in honor of Andrew Breitbart. But the sad thing is there aren't that many on X anymore. They've all gone to Blue Sky, and I refuse to go over.
I like to make jokes about Vince McMahon shitting on a head because it gets reactions out of people anyway, whether there's Blue Sky or whatever. People still get mad about when you talk about, like, was it a chunky shit? Was it a solid piece? Was it diarrhea?
I made a Blue Sky account just to make sure I got my name.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And now, I mean, now we're just waiting for a murder to be committed.
Also, what did it smell like?
Oh, probably.
Was there corn?
You heard that one.
I mean, I don't even. I mean,
and how much got on her specifically? We need the lawsuit to happen so we can find out. Or did any get on John Laurinaitis?
Oh my God!
It's a real question.
No.
Well, it's just because Johnny Ace spent his whole career sucking up to everybody, so he didn't get any on him. It's just ironic that he would get some on him in a Vince orgy,
Johnny swallowed.
What?
Oh God! Okay, that's for Mort.
Yes, sir, Mr. McMahon, sir. So anyway, what else we got, Sam?
Oh, you think either Johnny swallowed or he took it in the ass? Those are your two choices.
Those two are not mutually exclusive.
Oh,
I agree.
That's for you. Every time Mort says something, you get hit now.
Oh, that's not fair. He's just going to keep talking.
Titties.
That's just more motivation, Maxine.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm caught in a no-win situation, kind of like Johnny Ace when Vince was about to.
Vince McMahon rode Johnny Ace's ass.
Don't go chasing waterfalls.
Don't you dare use TLC like that.
Sorry.
Hey, Linda McMahon is Secretary of Education now, so it ties back in. So
that's right. So Vince is gonna shit things up over there. Ow.
I mean, the Department of Education already is shit, so it wouldn't be much of a difference at this point.
Facts.
That's true.
But
what
anyway, folks, I think that'll about do it for tonight, unless
oh my God, we're doing a show. Go ahead.
Unless there was anything else.
There's things.
You're pretty.
Now I'm pretty because there's heart glitter on my head.
I can't get that piece. See?
So yeah, so Max now has stripper glitter on his head. That's brilliant.
They're little hearts.
Well, yes.
I think that means love.
Well, yeah. I mean, you
Oh,
know,
it's the Wednesday show.
She has to.
What did we talk about tonight, Sam?
To put up,
Johnny J's taking it in the ass.
Oh man, I could talk about
Joe wants to know.
I have not, Joe, but I plan to.
We can. Yeah, Joe asked a good question. You guys watch the new Daredevil episodes? I watched the first two, Joe, and I actually did a Instagram video on that today. I think it's
Sam's becoming an e-thought.
I mean, no.
He's showing his feet.
Yeah, you gotta unbutton at least that top button, Sam. Or you,
oh my God.
Like, what are you doing? And then you gotta lean forward to the camera and be like, "Hi guys."
No.
Well, you know,
I press the man titties together.
It's funny you say that because I used to do that, and I would always say hello, ladies.
Oh well.
So the Veil Venus gimmick.
Oh yeah, or I have to tell him you're ripping him off. That's gimmick infringement, Sam. Are you a wrestling porn star?
I'm not a wrestling porn star, but I could be a. You know what?
He's an
I'm not gonna roll
independent author porn star.
I was gonna immediately when you finish your sentence make a joke about it being gay porn. So
I'm not gonna roll myself into that joke.
I know that's why you stopped yourself. You saw it coming, just like in that film you did.
What film? There's no
gay
film.
Porn film. I did it anyway. I'm sorry.
Well, yeah.
Let's get the jizz moppers in here. What do you say, guys?
Don't lie, Max. You're not sorry.
So,
truly sorry. I'm sorry.
But no, Joe, I did watch the new Daredevil episodes. They're decent, but I still have a lot of expectation for this for the season. So
I feel remorse, Sam. I ruined the show again, didn't I?
Why?
I mean,
I said I was sorry, but I wasn't sorry, Sam. I lied to the people. I feel like John Cena.
Did it for the people.
I mean,
you can't even see me. Hold on.
I mean, is remorse even part of your?
Can't see me. See, you can't see me.
No, I can't. But
there you go.
You know, you might not have any remorse. So
what do you mean?
And
Why does everybody assume that?
Oh, I don't know. This little thing called, past history and whatnot. But
I have been nothing but a gentleman, sir. Anybody says different is a filthy liar.
I mean, you
Except
have
me.
been nothing.
I only tell the truth.
You have been nothing but a gentleman, Max, but you've also been nothing but a gentleman scoundrel.
Oh. Well, that's probably from growing up in a trailer park and then like in inner city and then being friends with gangbangers and stuff, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not wrong.
Yeah. They're good people, though. I don't know. I only hung out with like American gangbangers, you know what I mean? I'm not down with some like Tren de Agua.
Well, you probably wouldn't be here if you did.
Right. But also like, I'm just down with like, I don't know, like LKs or folk or fucking, people in the hood that I meet, because I'm not anyone inside, so I could be like cool with a couple of them.
But are you down with the sickness?
No, not anymore. I was like 2 weeks ago. It was awful. I had the flu. I was shitting everywhere. I felt like Vince McMahon. She's gonna get up just to hit me if I continue down this rabbit hole, so I'll probably stop now.
Yeah, so I mean, at this point, it might be.
It is a pretty shitty rabbit hole.
It might be a good idea to stop the show so that.
Oh, thank you.
So that Max doesn't get beaten anymore. But
no. She I did good because she rewarded me with another candy cigarette.
There you go. So, great show. But before we sign off, I should announce that Night of the Vigilante. And maybe I should throw the book at Maxine for, beat it. Or no, maybe I should throw the book at you, Max. But yeah, Night of the Vigilante. I'll be throwing that book at everyone starting March 25th.
Awesome.
And it will be available in paperback, Kindle, and audiobook on all those days.
Book good.
And I think my co-host has more brain damage than Mort and I combined at this point. Probably.
Look, the only brain damage.
I always tested out of the special education classes, so I definitely don't have any brain damage.
Yeah, and the only brain damage I got is from all the things that I did before when I was, doing things.
Well,
hit in the head. I got hit in the head a lot. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yes, you did, sir. I'm assuming there's going to be a sandwich makers this weekend.
Yeah, she likes to make sandwiches sometimes. I got them today, but I had to make them myself.
Well,
they were chicken salad though, so she got them for me. I made them, and they were delicious.
Yeah, I bet.
Oh, the show, Sandwich Makers. Yes, we'll be playing The Sims, me and Maxine, this Saturday night. Check it out.
Oh, yay.
Yeah, this Saturday is actually Penn's baby shower, and I'm not gonna make her try to rush home.
No, that's it. You stop your important life event and come back and talk about The Sims. God damn it!
Unfortunately, I'm not able to go like we were planning, but I'm gonna go see her another time, probably after the baby's born, and then I'm gonna steal the baby because I'm gonna be holding her forever. But yeah, so
no baby stealing. That's not allowed.
I'll leave her there with Penn and her hubby.
Okay.
But while I'm there,
you gotta promise you leave her.
I promise I'm gonna leave her there. I promise. I'm not gonna steal her.
Don't do anything crazy.
Dude, Penn would kill me. I'm not even worried about you. I'm worried about Penn. Anyway. But this Saturday it'll be Max and I, and we're gonna be playing that sim that we created with the fucking annoying as shit cat as you made.
That's right.
So
I made the cat full on annoying as possible, where he won't listen at all.
I wonder where you got the idea from.
Why are we not surprised?
He immediately went on the counter and then on the top of the fridge. It was great. 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
And then she's trying to tell him not to go on the counter.
Again.
She's trying to tell him not to go on the counter. He looks at her. She walks away. He jumps right back on the counter and rubs his butt on it. I was like, yeah, that's the cat.
And perfect. And then Sunday, Bits and Bones.
10 p.m. EST.
10 p.m.
I've been doing random middle of the night streams, Sam, and they've all been a little different. I played games. I've done cringing over coffee. We talked wrestling. That's probably going to continue for a while.
Yeah, I might do a casual stream tomorrow. So I've got the house to myself.
You're gonna make me play horror games.
Yeah, I'm gonna make her play horror games.
So
that should be fun.
But it's the wrong season for that.
It doesn't matter. She freaks out.
Whoa.
Uh-oh. Goth chick alert.
Whoa. That's part of spooky season. Spooky season is all the time. All right.
For a goth girl, yes.
It's a way of life.
Ow! What did I even do?
That's for Mort.
Oh. Okay, Mort.
Get it.
I'm supposed. I got hit a bunch of times, and they were for you. I should.
Oh, he knows. He doesn't.
I approve.
Yeah. See, he's okay with it.
The thinking is hard, Sam.
You do that, Max?
Sam.
What were we talking about? All right. So Vince McMahon was standing there.
I don't believe you do that, there, Max.
Max, you say that thinking is hard, but remember, Max, you're not a Democrat. So
that's true. So he's spread open, right? He's just like,
Stop.
Give it to me. Give it to me, Vince. I'll take it all.
And then in one final gush, he goes, yeah.
He's gonna puke.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, Sam.
What's left to talk about tonight, Sam? Besides Janelle Grant's stench.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you would like to donate to the fund to
R.I.P. Max and
to prevent spousal abuse, feel free to check out our locals page and buy my books, and proceeds will go to making sure that wives can't throw things at their husbands on stream.
Well, how much you gonna pay her to stop doing that, Sam? This is lucrative.
I can't say.
Oh, a large something, you say? Well, we'll have to discuss that.
A very large sum. I was thinking like
almost as large as the shit that Vince McMahon.
Then he took on Janelle's head.
You're not helping. But
helping
anyway,
what?
I was gonna say like.
Are we live?
Sure, I am.
Oh God. What was the show about, Sam?
You've been shitting.
Oh.
I mean,
that was dirty, Mort.
It was dirty. You should have seen it.
Goddamn bitch.
Vince is a dirty bitch.
Guys, I think I'm crippled now.
So now the show has three cripples.
Yeah, probably. Max probably has more brain damage than I do at this point. So
makes a good sound.
My drain is perfectly undamaged, Sam. I don't know what you mean.
Anyway, so we'll talk to you down the line. I'll be on Ryan Pearson's stream on Saturday. I'll post that on Twitter and in the Gilded. And then he'll be my guest on Monday's Whitfield Report. So very exciting to have him on. And until next time, well, I'm sure we'll be covering a bunch of stuff in the next coming weeks here as well.
Think big, thinky thoughts. That's my final thought.
Indeed.
Always think big, thinky thoughts.
And gentlemen, don't piss off your significant others, especially if they can throw things at you. That's my final line for the night.
Why not?
And ladies and gentlemen, we love you. Thanks for everything, and we will talk at you down the road. Good night, everyone.
The right to offend is not some pesky little part of freedom of speech that we have to put up with. It is the heart and soul and lungs of freedom of speech. It is the coursing lifeblood of human progress. It is the instigator of liberty and modernity and science and understanding. What a laughing stock today's student leaders are, that they can so casually dismiss the right to be offensive without realizing that their lovely, enlightened lives are the gift of individuals who gave offense. Offensiveness is not just something we have to begrudgingly accept. Offensiveness is the motor of human progress.
Thank you for watching the Whitfield Report live on the Right to Offend Media Network. Make sure to check out Sam's books on Amazon, Audible, and Kindle. You can follow Sam on X at SamW_NGC and the Right to Offend Media Network at RTO Media. Like, comment, subscribe, and share with your friends. And until next time, God bless, God save this great nation. God, freedom, legacy, in that order.